everybody, welcome to another installment of That Manga Show, part of Omnibros Live on the Omnibus Collectors Network. That's a tongue twister right there. Welcome, everybody. Today we're doing previews for the month of September and maybe a little hauls and reads. Who knows? We'll see how the night goes. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to the chat for chiming in, as always. God bless. And I am joined by the really, really awesome with a comfy sweater right there. My buddy, Riley, the Omnibus Collector. How you doing, buddy?
Doing well. I am enjoying this very comfy sweater. It was sent to me by the folks at Minimaru Clothing, by the way. Minimaru. They are on Instagram and TikTok, and this line of like One Piece Devil Fruit inspired merch is restocking. I think they said tomorrow, so they're going to have those items up. I don't know exactly what the price points are on those, but it is extremely comfortable, and it does have a really nice subtle design with that fruit on there. And I don't make any commission or anything. Don't think I'm trying to like tell you guys to go because of that. I just really love this sweater that they sent me.
Yeah, I would die in that of the heat. I can't wear that.
It's hot as hell over here, but we keep the inside of the house really cool. And I like keeping it cold, but then wearing layers to be comfortable. Yeah. It's just
I know what you mean.
Cuddling into a blanket at all times. But I walked outside with to go get the mail the other day yesterday in one of the sweaters, and it's like hit with a wall of heat.
Saz Murph, thank you. Taterbug, Kong, James, thank you to everybody for tuning in. So before we get started, we're going to talk a lot about manga that's coming out in September. And before we geek out over all the cool stuff, you got to remember that if you want your manga, you got to go to InStockTrades.com, the official sponsor of this channel here, where you can get your omnibus, trade paperback, hardcover, manga, and so much more. Basically, if it's a collected edition, you can find it at InStockTrades.com. Simple as that. Up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra percent to that. And if you order $50 or more, well, you get free shipping. That's at InStockTrades.com, our wonderful sponsor. God bless. And just as I say that, I'm joined by the illustrious Mango. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, guys. How you guys doing?
Doing well. Hanging in there. Doing the plug for the sponsor and getting ready to geek out about whatever it is that we're going to talk about. Because I had the idea. I forgot that we were doing previews. And I honestly, and I told Riley this off air, I was a little bit worried because every time I do previews, it's just me naming things for like 100 hours. I don't know if the audience wants that. So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do previews. And then Riley said, no, it's previews. I'm like, all right, we're doing previews.
Because I think about that too, that it's basically just running down the list. But like, I think maybe we can edit this a little bit and instead like, let's go through and like highlight a few. Cause like, everyone has access to the same pages that we do, but we can just go through and highlight like the ones that, new volume ones or the things that we're really excited about instead of going through literally every item.
All right. Yeah, sure. And
it looks like from Limited Run, Quake is going to go live tomorrow.
I'm still debating if I want to get that.
I just got the email for that. I never really played Quake when it was like on 64 and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't really know anything about it.
I don't have any nostalgia towards it. Same with Doom and stuff like that. Because I was young, and those games were kind of scary back in the day. So I don't know. So I didn't grow up with them. I have zero nostalgia over it. I would like to play them, but at the same time, I'd rather spend my money getting some other stuff. But we'll see what happens.
I did order the Castlevania set. I completely forgot until I was going through my old emails.
Oh, I have that pre-ordered. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's derail this conversation. I have from Limited Run way too many games. Right now I have I pre-ordered the Neo Geo Pocket Color Selection Volume 1. the Bug Fables game, and what else? The Castlevania collection, Sam and Max Save the World, and that's about it. Oh, and I got the slipcover for those games because I think it's a trilogy and they're all going to fit nicely in there. So yeah, now I'm debating if I should get Quake or not. I was going to get the Blood Rain game, but then I looked at the actual graphics. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Don't like it.
Let's look at some upcoming manga and see what's exciting. I know I just put in a pre-order, or not a pre-order, a lot of them are already available. And I just ordered a lot of them last night.
Yeah. So once again, we're going to show the Right Stuff listing because it's more convenient. Everything's bundled together. That they don't sponsor this channel or anything. So starting off, I know you're going to get this. What's Michael, Fat Cat?
Yes.
Omnibus Volume 2.
And as I wanted to mention real quick, to anyone who may have been waiting for it, there's been a restock of like the first 3 volumes of Blue Period are all available. So I know that that's a one that a lot of people have been waiting to get restocked. But yeah, What's Michael, Fat Cat Edition, Volume 2 from Dark Horse. This collects the latter half of this series. It's basically a gag manga with a lot of short chapters about this fat orange cat, except instead of having the sad excuse for an owner that is John Arbuckle, we follow the cat Michael as he pops around from various owner to various owner, including just a normal husband and wife, a Yakuza member, and all kinds of other stuff. And even has some sequences where we see what's going on inside of Michael's head. And he imagines himself, in different human-like situations. It's a fun book. It's very much, manga Garfield, but again, without a sad owner. And,
without the American tropes and jokes.
Yeah, and I enjoyed the first volume very much. It's oversized and it's very thick, so that's why it is $19.99. It is a pretty big book, and that is from Dark Horse.
Nice. Let's see. Heavenly Delusion, which was delayed. I remember talking about this back in May. Jesus. So Volume 2 is supposed to come out.
Look at what else is still delayed, by the way. Kaiji Volume 3.
I was going to say, we've been saying Kaiji's coming out for like the past year.
Kaiji making his appearance as typical.
Again.
Yeah. It's not as funny for me as the previous one, though, because that one I actually pre-ordered. This one I didn't have on pre-order. So I'm not getting all the emails. But it was hilarious when I was getting the constant emails. And it was just like, oh, Kaiji's delayed again.
I ran into Volume 2 at the bookstore the other day, and I have Volume 1, and I was like, wait, I should pick up Volume 2, but if I actually wanted to continue with the story, I'd have to wait for at least a year before finding Volume 3.
The good news, though, is Volume 2 wraps up the first story arc.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
So, like, if you wanted to grab Volume 2, you would be fine. Like, that's why I'm not so pressed. Like, I'm not like, oh, man, I got to have the next piece. Like, yeah, I do want to read more. And I know I could probably just watch the anime or whatever, but Volume 2, the material in that second book wraps up the whole like gambling, extreme rock, paper, scissors card game on the boat, and basically the same story that's present in the Chinese adaptation film.
I didn't know that. I don't know there was an adaptation.
Yeah, and it's weird too. Like it's called Animal World, and it was billed when it came out. It was billed as being like the Chinese Deadpool, because he has like an imaginary friend basically in his mind, like this delusion that he creates, where like or something like that, or it's like an imaginary identity that he puts on for himself in his mind, where like he turns into this clown that like does shit and kills people. And it's completely weird and off the wall because like it doesn't have anything to do with the plot. So it's just this random extra thing that they put in for the movie. And then the rest of the movie is just the normal plot of the manga, with them being on the boat and playing the like rock, paper, scissors card game. And it has Michael Douglas in it.
Okay, sure. I mean, who doesn't love gambling clowns that kill people?
Shout out to Taterbug. Bought my first set of manga yesterday. Welcome to your new obsession. I got Devilman: The Classic Collection Volume 2 and Devilman vs. Hades Volumes 1, 2, and 3. Nice.
Those are good choices. And I will say personally that the only one that you didn't grab was my least favorite of them, Devilman Grimoire.
I was going to say Grimoire's not that good.
It's like a really just not well done retelling of the original series, in comparison to like they try to modernize it and it just doesn't work well. But in comparison, Crybaby is a way better modernization of the series than Grimoire is. So
yeah,
I approve. Definitely read Classic first, because Hades is meant to be a sequel, but also like a crossover with Mazinger Z.
Here you go. Other stuff that's coming out. You got that stuff over there.
This is a new number, Volume 1, Star Wars High Republic.
Is this actually a manga?
I think so. I think it is.
Story by Shima Shinya and Justina Ireland, and art by Mizuki Sakakibara. Cool.
But we are getting a Star Wars anime, so you don't know what I mean.
Yeah.
One is set during that new High Republic era that's supposed to be like several hundred years before the
episode 1.
Yeah, episode 1. And I haven't read any of it, but there's a comic from Marvel and there's also a comic from Boom. Is it? Boom or IDW? I don't remember who's doing it.
I think it's IDW. I'm not too sure.
It's one of the, I don't remember.
Here's another high-profile release. If you didn't get the hardcover box set or the actual hardcovers for Battle Angel Alita, there's the new trade paperback editions. It's the same content as the hardcovers, just softcover, regular manga size, collected in 6 volumes. So that shouldn't break the bank if you're short on cash.
Cheaper price.
I'll be right back, guys.
Well, all right. I know, I think Omar just recently put up a comparison video of the hardcover to the paperback.
Yeah. I don't have the box set. Maybe I'll get this just because of the price. And I didn't notice, and I'm usually not one to pick about this, but this has the matted paper, whereas the deluxe editions, I think, have the glossy paper. I don't know. For manga, I tend to like matte paper. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I get that. It just sometimes,
but it's oversized of the hardcovers. I get it.
yeah, no, it's just the glossy paper sometimes is not great, like because it reflects the light so much, and with the black and white, it can definitely make it harder. Yeah. So you got all the high profile Viz, Shonen Jump stuff, Boruto, Dr. Stone, Dragon Ball.
I'm not gonna lie. Ever since we started doing these shows about manga, I miss seeing Demon Slayer here now that it's over.
Yeah,
because it would be My Hero Academia, Dr. Stone, Demon Slayer. That would be the trio every month.
And it was, I mean, Demon Slayer, Haikyuu, and Promised Neverland all ended at like the same time. So it's now it's no more, because you would always be like, when is this the last one? Not yet.
Oh man, at least I got Dr. Stone. That's my boy. I love Dr. Stone. Boruto, it's all right. And Dragon Ball Super, I want to read it on the app. I do want to read it.
I recommend it. I've talked about it a couple times. I think I even talked about it last time we were doing this. The Moral arc.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Here's another high-profile release.
Yep, Gantz Omnibus 7.
Omnibus Volume 7. A lot of people said it wouldn't happen. Here we are, folks. Volume 7. I'm excited for this. Volume 8 is already solicited, but it's not on here. It's coming out January, I think, or February, something like that.
And I'm still manifesting it into existence that we will get the hardcovers after they wrap up the paperbacks.
I'm collecting the paperback omnibus, so if I'm the sacrificial lamb, you're welcome. I'm glad to.
I mean, I sold my set of Gantz twice, so I have to make my sacrifices as well.
Yeah.
Mashal
Volume 2.
Love it. I absolutely love this series. Highly recommend it. If you did not pick up the first volume a couple months ago, I recommend it highly. Read it on the app if you haven't. It's such a great, like, it's Harry Potter not written by a TERF with One Punch Man.
I got that reference.
It's great. Like, and it's literally like I didn't put two and two together until someone I saw mentioned it, but like literally everything about Mashal is directly supposed to be ripping on Harry Potter, like down to the name. He's got a lightning bolt in the M, just like the H in Harry Potter has a lightning bolt.
That's hilarious.
So I didn't even notice that.
I want to think of it like as Black Clover meets Harry Potter as well. Like,
shout out to Saz Murph. Thank you. Sorry, guys.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, no, for sure.
One loved it. Thank you. Yeah. Like the shirt, Gio. Thank you so much. Good old Harley representation.
Comparing Asta to Mash, because Asta doesn't use magic, Mash doesn't use magic. But Asta gets like the negative magic, and thus far, Mash is just literally just muscle, like disguising his strength as magic.
Yeah. I'm not up to date with Black Clover. Are they still fighting the thingamajigs? Are you guys up to date?
Yeah.
Is that fight still going on?
I don't know what the last fight that you read was, but I feel like we've been at the same fight. And there's been a few power-ups, and then there's been a few close saves, and then another power-up, and another close save, and then another close save. And I feel like it's gonna come to a head soon.
I think I dropped it back in March or February. It's been a while.
It's still fun to keep up.
I want to keep up. I keep forgetting to read that stuff like weekly, and so I just let it pile on. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, because I read most of the books in the magazine right now, or most of the series in the magazine, and because like when you get to that point when you're reading everything, it's like every week it's like 2 to 3 volumes worth of material to read at once, and now I'm like 5 weeks behind again.
So that's 15 volumes for you, dude.
Yeah. Yep. 1904 comics just got Mashal, but haven't read it yet. You're in for a treat, buddy.
But it's not that hard when it's like 5 chapters of a series, because like once you start rolling and reading one, it just flows.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah. I find it easier to binge like 30 chapters of a series than to sit down and read one chapter that came out that week.
Yeah, exactly. I might start doing something where I like every week like just choose one series to read like 10 chapters of, and then every week just rotate down the line. But I do keep up with One Piece every week, One Piece, because people otherwise would spoil the shit out of it.
Exactly, especially on TikTok, dude.
Yep.
They do that? They spoil chapters?
There's like One Piece people who will like cut, especially if there's like a reveal in the chapter, which often there is.
Especially because
go out there and be like, I knew it.
Yeah, we're like we're kind of like we're at like the peak before the peak of this current arc. So things are slowly building, and like there's different things being revealed, like Riley said. And so like there was a pretty cool reveal like maybe like three weeks ago, and like the very first thing I saw on YouTube was something confirmed, and I was like, come on guys, like for the rest of the world, like and not everybody has time to read on Sunday like as soon as it happens.
Like the week after that, it was like a big reveal, and then a week or two after the big reveal was like a power up for a character. And that was like, I got both of those spoiled for me.
Yep.
Because I didn't read it until Sunday evening.
Oh, that's another thing. People I respect the grind of scan laters, but they really make it hard. Because I think the chapter scans drop on either Thursday or Friday, so those 2 days you gotta like just scroll past all the One Piece content you see.
Yep. Yeah, My Hero Academia is the thing.
Here's another high-profile release, My Hero Academia. By the way, today they updated the solicits here on Right Stuff, so the next volume, volume 30, comes out in March.
Wow!
Holy crap! We have to wait a while. If you're reading it, physically, you're gonna have to wait, because turns out Japan recently dropped volume 31. So we're right there next to them.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was discussing with someone else, like they said something about, I don't remember what it was, but I said something about the most recent volume that I had read. And they were like, oh man, like that's so far behind, like the English adaptation Viz needs to hurry up. And I was like, it's not really Viz, it's Japan. Like the volumes are way behind. There's like 40 chapters that are not collected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, My Hero Academia has at least 2 volumes worth of uncollected chapters or whatever you say,
Crazy.
however you say it. So yeah, they're behind, and Viz is trying their best to space things out, I guess. So the next
Yeah.
volume will be in March. So
We also had the past month and a half. There really hasn't been much in terms of jump releases because Golden Week and stuff like that in Japan, and so SJ has been on hiatus a lot lately.
Yeah.
Mount Lady.
Yay, Mount Lady. There we go. Nice. Let's see over
Everyone's
here.
umami.
Here's another high-profile release that we recommend, and it's
Yes.
Undead Unlock Volume 3. I love this cover. This is really cool. Reminds me of Splatoon.
Yeah, that's a great mix of purple and yellow. You don't really see those together a lot.
So definitely check out
I
that
feel like
one.
this also, I feel like Undead Unluck is just conjecture, but I think it's going to be ending soon because the way that the series feels right now in the magazine is that it is kind of in its final arc, unless they throw something out there to extend the story a little bit.
Yeah. Cleveland Brown got the Macho volumes because I know when there's an anime adaptation, it's going to sell out. Undead Unlock and Macho, you can guarantee they'll get anime adaptations for sure. So that's a good idea.
They already been selling out a little bit.
Yeah. Usually when a new anime drops and it's awesome, you go to these websites and everything starts selling out. And you have to wait 3 more months until you get a restock. So, yeah.
There's one Springtime by the Window Volume 1. What is
from
this?
Tokyo Pop.
Yeah,
And Heavenly Delusion. So we're getting 2 volumes of Heavenly Delusion. Unless this one gets postponed and moved to a different month. So we'll see.
Likely.
Orient Volume 4. You're reading that one, right, Riley?
Yeah, I haven't read the third one yet. The first one was fine. The second one was better. And I expect the third one is just going to continue the trend of it getting better.
Is this based on any particular folklore, or it's just a mishmash? I haven't read anything.
I feel like it's... Hold on.
Because it does have an anime coming. I think it's going to debut early next year or something like that. I saw a visual key for it, and it looks pretty cool.
I feel like it is an adaptation of something. I just can't remember exactly what it's supposed to be.
Because I see Orient, and I know it's the same mangaka from Magi. I'm like, is it going to be the Middle East again, or is it a different area?
No, it's in Japan.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure, yes, it is based on a folklore. Someone in the chat will probably mention it. It's just been forever since I read the second volume, and I haven't read the third one yet.
Yeah. Here we have A School Frozen in Time, Volume 3, Plus-Sized Elf, Volume 7, A Man and His Cat. I know a lot of people that watch our show and fangirls, they're big fans of this plump cat. Look at that. Look at that cat. Look at it.
He's a chunker.
Yeah. He's friends with Michael, Fat Michael, or whatever.
The other cat.
The other cat, yeah, good buddy. This one, I don't know. He reminds me of Normal, but whatever.
I was gonna say.
So there's that. Assassin's Creed, Multi-Mind. Okay, I got to point this out. Please, for the love of God, we got Super Mario, we got Animal Crossing, we got what's the other one? Kirby, Pokemon. Can we get the Metroid manga, please? It's only
pull out the F-Zero series instead.
I'm so annoyed. And I actually want to read this, by the way. I do. I want to read it because I love Animal Crossing, but come on.
And Zelda as well. We have
Zelda. Yeah, sorry. I forgot about that one.
But yeah, watch them put out F-Zero, and it's like, there's not even a game coming out.
There's no game coming. Yeah, they said they couldn't make it because it'd be a little bit difficult for them. Something ridiculous. But that's just me ranting, folks. Animal Crossing New Horizons Manga Volume 1. I'm very interested in picking this up. I don't know. Fly Me to the Moon. That's great. Oh, here we go. Kirby. This pink idiot that everybody loves is getting another volume. Volume 2 of Kirby Manga Mania.
I think Volume 3 is even announced.
Yeah. I love that it's all pink. I love it. Good for him. Mao Volume 1. You might remember this was solicited earlier this year on that big Friday that Viz went crazy announcing stuff. So here we are, Volume 1.
I'm excited to check that one out. I'm happy to see her newest work. I've also been slowly collecting whatever I can find of Renee whenever I see them at like used bookstores. So I think I have 2 or 3 now.
Nice. There's a question here. How long do y'all think it's going to take for Tokyo Revengers to get a US release?
It already did. It was just digital only. And then so it didn't sell well. Who knows if the anime adaptation is going to bolster the sales enough to warrant
I'm back.
prints.
Am I back? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
How about now?
No.
Nope. Am I still frozen?
No, I'm kidding. We can hear you. We can hear you.
How about now?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
All right. Sorry.
All right.
It's been weird today with the internet. What was the last thing I said?
That's my brother-in-law asking us about Tokyo Revengers. We were actually just talking about it on the phone the other day.
It's so good.
Telling me that he had just caught up to reading it and stuff, and I haven't read it yet. But I'm sure that it will get a physical adaptation. I just don't know when.
Not this year.
And I think personally, that when it does happen, they're going to give it it's going to be a hardcover, a 2-in-1.
That'd be cool. I would like that.
Like a Vinland Saga type release.
I would really enjoy that because it isn't Viz, so they don't feel like they have to cash in on single volume sales.
Yeah.
It's Kodansha that licenses it.
Kodansha. I would suspect spring 2022 is when you'll see a Volume 1. That's my prediction. Just give it some time for the anime to end, the first season, and we'll see.
I think they've done it before like that, where there's been multiple, like it's been available digital for a while and then it gets physical. Like I think one example of that happening was Grand Blue Dreaming.
Oh, you're right. And also the other series by the same author as Grand Blue Dreaming got a weird digital only release.
What's the other? I didn't know they had another series.
Yeah, it's also a pervy series about a dude living in a convent where he's the only guy.
I feel like Grand Blue Dreaming is like slightly pervy, but it's mostly wholesome.
Oh, well, when I say pervy, I mean like because there's naked dudes running around like on every single page.
Naked dude is way more wholesome than naked lady.
True.
Look at this. Look at this. Animal Crossing, Kirby Manga Mania,
Zelda.
Splatoon,
And
Pokemon,
oh man,
Zelda,
and Yokai Watch.
and Yokai Watch, another Nintendo property. Where is Metroid? Come on, guys. Come on, universe. Manifest itself. Make it happen.
With that, I think that Zelda is the second to last volume of.
Is it really?
Like it's either it's next to last or it's close to ending.
Oh, because I've been getting them. I haven't started reading them yet, but I've been collecting it.
I've said it a lot, but this is, aside from the Ishinomori Link to the Past comic, this I think is the best of the Zelda manga because it like the length gives the series so much time for the characters to breathe and just exist in the world instead of just speeding through.
That it doesn't have clunky dialogue from what I've
it just feels like something that someone who's never played a Zelda game could pick up and actually enjoy. Whereas the other ones, I would never recommend anyone to pick them up unless they're already a fan of the Zelda games.
Yeah. If you've played them enough and you don't want to replay them and you just want to look at the story quickly, then get those volumes.
Yeah. Also, damn, I didn't realize there was 13 volumes and 18 volumes of Yokai Watch. What the hell?
Yep.
I didn't realize either of these were so long.
I have the first game. I don't know if I want to get into this.
No, save your time. Read something cool.
The game came out it came out in the US when I was working at GameStop, and they had such a marketing push for that game. Like they sent us T-shirts and all kinds of stuff for us to like wear in the store, and nobody cared. Nobody watched it. Nobody got the game. I rented it from the store, like because you can borrow a game like one at a time. And I borrowed it. I took it home, and I started it, and I was immediately like, I don't know, I was bored. I just didn't get into it at all.
They tried to label it as a Pokemon killer, and nothing can kill Pokemon.
That's legit how I felt about Detective Pikachu, because they did such a push to try to sell Detective Pikachu, but the game itself was so boring. The movie is dope.
Gio didn't like it.
I want to point this out, Eden Zero, because I am loving the show. I don't know if I'm going to read the manga, but I'm really liking the show. It's a lot of fun. Just good popcorn fun, anime, action-packed, shonen stuff. I like it.
That's what Mashima's best at.
I'm tempted to pick it up because even I dropped Fairy Tail after about 15 to 18 volumes.
Yeah.
And which I think is a pretty good attempt at reading something. But I've heard actually like a lot of good about this one in comparison.
The first season, sorry to intrude, the first season, I think dropped in Netflix, North American Netflix, if you want to check it out.
I might watch while I'm working or something.
Yeah,
but
the first 13 episodes.
Just like Shaman-kun.
As a real like Rave Master devotee, it takes a lot. Like I've just Mashima has not done anything to match that, and
you're wrong, because Fairy Tail is dope. I don't care what anybody tells me. I love Fairy Tail.
Power of Friendship, the anime.
Exactly, friendship and like a magic blue cat. Oh, and Pooh makes a comeback too in Fairy Tail.
But I
did in here as well.
Oh, that's his little mascot.
I heard
he shows up and as a waiter.
Oh, that's adorable.
After I finish my current collecting project, maybe I'll pick it up.
And I want to point this out because it's always great to have box sets. I actually had this pre-ordered and then I dropped it to be honest, because I had no room for these box sets. But it is the Quintessential Quintuplet Season 1 manga box set. So this is half the series. This first 7 volumes, and I believe it comes with 2 huge posters and all that nonsense. So yeah,
it's actually good.
No, I've heard great things about it. It's just, I don't know.
I've been recommended this one so many times, especially because one of the TikTok dudes that I've become friends with is obsessed with, I don't remember which one of the girls.
The one with the headphones?
The one with what's the one with the headphones name?
Give me a high five, Joe. I forget her name right now, but she's the best one.
She's the best one. Let me check real quick on AniList.
Her name is the same as someone else, and I thought that he was talking about the other person.
My God, Quintessential Quintuplets. That's such a long name.
Miku. Yeah, Miku. He's obsessed with Miku, and I thought that he was talking about Hatsune Miku. When I first was introduced to him, when we first started following each other, he kept posting like Miku, and I thought he was talking about Hatsune Miku, and I was like, do people still care about Hatsune Miku? And
actually, yeah, dude, one of my buddies, like last year, he in the middle of a pandemic, he got a Hatsune Miku tattoo that was pretty big on his arm. It's like, I'm not, I don't like the Vocaloids like that, but I respect it.
Wow,
respect. So I might have to try and grab it just like out of respect for my buddy.
It's a harem. I always feel like I say that word incorrectly. So it's a harem. But obviously there's a little bit of ecchi in there, but at no point does it get to the word like creepy.
But it has
there's wholesomeness to it, and like
and the characters and the way they're written, it's different from what you would expect. Something like that.
It's definitely not Love Hina.
Yeah.
And I have Love Hina. That's like the only harem that I do have.
Yeah. It's slightly more, but because all the girls are their sisters, so obviously they have like this previous relationships with each other, and they all love each other, even though like at some point they're like, oh my God, we all like the same boy.
Yep. Here's another franchise I haven't gotten into that's very deep already.
Very cool. Here is Bakemonogatari Volume 10, the manga adaptation.
I'm 3/4 of the way through the first book, and so far it's fantastic.
So are is the Bakemonogatari manga adaptation, does it also adapt other, because I know there's like 23 and a half other like monogataris.
Yeah.
So
So does this one adapt only Bakemonogatari, or is it just using that as a catch-all name for all of them?
So from what I understand, the manga is not adapting anything. They're side stories. So because I flipped with the first time I've been wanting to get into Bakemonogatari for a while, and I talk to Gio about it all the time. And so I picked up the manga thinking, oh, this might be like more digestible than the anime or the light novels. And it starts off in the middle of like the two main characters having a conversation, and I was like, this is weird. This doesn't feel like the beginning of an arc. So I looked it up, and it's actually like you're expected to already know what the relationship between the two main characters is like before you start the manga. But the actual first volume actually reads really quickly, and most of it is like dialogue between the two characters. But also the anime adaptation has been really good so far. I'm trying to as I finish an arc in the novel, I go back and I watch it in the anime.
Basically, the manga takes a little bit of everything, and it's like
but it's like a side story. It's like
yeah.
Like so things that happen in between arcs that aren't technically canon are now canonized in the manga. I guess
I was interested because it's Oh Great doing the artwork, and Oh Great is pretty great at artwork.
Yeah,
got him.
Oh Great.
And here's my slice of humble pie, of wholesome pie. It is Rent a Girlfriend, Volume 8. This was solicited for August, but it was delayed. It's coming out in late September. Highly recommended. Wonderful series. I'm currently reading the manga. I'll do a video eventually on my channel.
Are you really?
Yeah. I have. I've only read the chunk from the anime. The first 6 volumes, 6.5, something like that.
Then I'll catch up.
Now I'm going into new territory.
Cool. I'll catch up to you soon, and we can talk about it.
Yeah,
I want to. I'm just waiting for the right time.
And today I want to highlight this because I was watching the latest episode of Peach Boy Riverside, the anime adaptation of this manga that you're looking at here. It's so weird because they pulled and all the episodes are out of order. The Bronx is out of order, and I'm so confused. And I'm like, oh man, I have to watch another episode. But once I start watching it, I'm intrigued, and it's really fun. I like it. Basically, an action-packed adaptation of the Momotaro stories and all that stuff. It's cool. I dig it.
That is cool. I like that Haru's in it. Nice crossover with Beastars.
This rabbit is called a Frau, and she is a beastling humanoid something. I don't know. But yeah, it's fun. Let's see what else. We got another box set here. Here we have the 7 Deadly Sins Season 1 Part 1 manga box set as the first 6 volumes of the series in one little box. This is the Haley Joel Osment manga. I can't. I'm sorry. I always make the joke, but it's true. I can't. I can't look at what's this guy's name?
Meliodas.
Yeah, I can't look at him and not think of Haley Joel Osment.
I think I can see like Sora from Kingdom Hearts, which is Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah. So you have all of this collected, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I do.
Would you upgrade or you're good?
No, I mean box sets like that.
Yeah.
If I don't upgrade for boxes, I would upgrade if something like that I really like got a bigger format,
like an oversized edition or something.
Yeah. And even still, like sometimes I might not.
Yeah. I do recommend this. Heaven's Design Team. I love the anime for this. Easily one of the most wholesome shows you will ever watch. It's a beautifully funny series. I highly recommend it. If you don't know what it is, it's basically God outsources to his design team to create all the different animals and species on when he was creating the Earth. So it's really cool how these characters have to figure out how they're gonna make an animal happen and for it to make sense. So you learn about their biology and all that stuff for the animals and their anatomy and all that stuff. It's really fun. I highly recommend it. If you want something wholesome to read, check out Heaven's Design Team.
Has a sloth on the cover, so it has to be wholesome.
What now?
A sloth.
Oh, the sloth. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
On the side there, just waving.
And that cheetah. Yeah.
Cheetah crossing its legs. All right.
What is
Red flower? Oh, I saw that when I was looking through everything.
I assume this is a Gekiga.
Yeah, I got the other one of the other Tsuge hardcovers like last month or something. I haven't read it yet, but I'm afraid to, because if I read it and I like it, then knowing me and my personality, I'm gonna be like, I need every Gekiga book ever, and then I'm gonna turn into Teddy, basically.
Ooh.
I turned my camera off to yawn, but that interrupted my yawn. Okay.
Red flowers.
That was funny.
My wife has no emotion. That's interesting. Here are two series that I highly recommend. Ascendance of a Bookworm, one of the best isekai ever made, in my opinion. Beastars, volume 14, that sexy horse right there. And get some Beastars love right there.
Cute.
Dead Demons, Dead Destruction, volume 10. I believe this series is wrapping up, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there was a tweet. I think you shared the tweet, actually, that said it was wrapping up.
Probably, I don't know.
So sometime later this year, meaning that it should be maybe close to 12 volumes. You know what else?
We have
just
3 of these.
Yeah. What?
I don't know if you saw the email from that. Was it Azuki, that app?
I got the email, but I just deleted it. I never read it.
I that's what I do. I just delete these emails, but like something caught my eye on this one, and so I deleted it and then went back into my trash. I was like, wait, what did it say? And it was the final chapter of Opossums or whatever from Tsutomu Nihei. It ended like this week.
Oh, that's cool.
So that one, it has 7 in the US so far, and by the number of chapters left, like there's a dozen chapters left, so it's probably going to be about 9 or 10 volumes.
Here's something that everybody's going to be picking up. It is Fist of the North Star, Volume 2, hardcover.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Get out of here. That first volume was so, like, I'm so happy after reading that first volume that we're finally getting a full release and in a nice format like that, because it was just like that classic, fantastic machismo type of story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I loved it. It was great.
2 high profile, or 3 actually. We got Hell's Paradise Jigokuraku Volume 10. And we got Meizan Ikoku Volume 5. How long is this collector's edition going to be? Is it
I think 10.
10 volumes? Okay.
It's not quite 2-in-1. It's like 1.5 volumes.
Oh, I really hate that.
Yeah, and
Give me 2 in 1.
It's because that's what they do in Japan a lot, is do these like 300-page books instead of 4.
Yeah.
They did it with I mean, that's what the Fist of the North Star is based off of. That's what
and JoJo.
JoJo day, when they did JoJolion, it was just all over the place. But now the ones that they're doing are basically 2-in-1s. What else? Fullmetal Alchemist is like 1.5. The blue, not blue.
Soul Eater is also 1.5.
Dragon Quest is going to be 1.5. The Adventure of Dai, yeah, Soul Eater, that's another 1.5.
I gotta make room for Dai. I gotta own that.
If you don't get it, then Viz Media will curse you.
I have to get it.
They'll be like, "We did it for you."
Gio's been singing its praises since the season started.
I've been talking nonstop when I first started watching the anime. I better get it, or at least I'll get 1 volume to say like, "Hey, I own part of it."
I really like. I don't have any confidence that it will happen, but I really hope that the manga release does well enough that they consider bringing back the releases for Beat, and we get those next few volumes in English. That I'd poop myself so fast if that happened. I would be running to the toilet.
Or give me like Beat omnibuses similar to the ones that we got for Shaman King or something like that.
Or like Kuroko's Basketball that got those 2-in-1 volumes.
Yes, those are nice.
Shonen Jump.
But I love Beat, and it hurts my soul that it didn't catch on. It got an anime adaptation. It did get an anime adaptation. It wasn't very, it was pretty mid for the time. It didn't really do anything new at the time, but still, I still really, really love Beat.
I didn't watch the adaptation, but I did enjoy the manga very much. Is that the last volume of Ajin, or is that the second to last? Let me use my Google Foo real quick.
Ajin Demi-Human. I don't know.
It is. I think that's the last volume.
Ajin says here, final volume. Yes, that's the last one.
Nice. And I get to move that one onto my other shelf, which is good because there's a lot of series that are going to move from my ongoing to my completed shelf pretty soon. And that's really great because with all the Shonen Jump stuff I'm buying, I'm running out of space on that shelf.
Yeah, you're crazy for buying all that. Like every shonen, every SJ shonen.
I had a video, and someone asked about, I forget what series, and like right next to it on my shelf is the Naruto Chibi Sasuke's Sharingan Legend, which is a 3-volume random like Chibi spin-off series from Naruto. And they're like, what the hell is that? I'm like, getting all of them. I mean all of them.
The madman.
When was this originally solicited for?
That's been pushed so many times.
Right?
I think at least for the last 2 or 3 months it's been pushed back.
Damn. So now it's coming out at the end of September.
And it's showing both of them, but I'm sure one of them is going to get pushed back again. At least one of them.
So you got the 1 and 2 here. Hopefully they come out.
And that would be the whole thing. And that's another series that I think is a 1.5 per book.
All of these are isekai and random stuff. Toilet Bound and Aquacoon. We got another box set here.
There's the last volume of High Rise Invasion.
Yep. Attack on Titan, the final season, part 1 manga box set. And it comes with a little extra thingy there. Booklet or something.
Oh man, there's an extra thingy.
Yeah.
That'll sell
And High Rise Invasion Omnibus 10, collecting volume 19 to 21.
So that is the final volume. A lot of people, I guess, really didn't like the anime. I don't know if it was just a shit adaptation, but I really enjoy the manga. Like, it's just fun, fast paced. There's nothing deep about it. It's just a fun
I watched the anime. I didn't like it. I didn't like the story.
It's just jank, and also it's like janky animation and lots of panty shots.
Yeah,
it
wasn't the best adaptation.
Amount of panty shots in the manga, to be fair.
Oh, okay.
But the art is great.
But, I mean, as long as this stays true to the source material, that's all that matters, right?
Here's another wonderful series, To Your Eternity, Volume 15. It's coming out.
14. I need to hurry up.
And I just want to highlight this real quick because I thought, is this a dude, or it's a pretty big chest? I thought it was a girl.
Okay, I'm gonna say so. This is kind of off, but on the topic of Yamush pedals. So my wife and I bought bikes a few weeks ago, and we've been biking so much. Like that's our exercise now, and it's great. It's been so much fun going on rides like in the evenings. We went last weekend. We biked around a lake. It's like a 10-mile ride, and it was great. And so this one company reached out for me about a sponsorship on my channel, and it was like one of those emails that I'm like, I don't think this is legit, but I responded anyway because like I wanted to check, and it was something for like an athletic wear type thing, and I was like, hey, if this pans out, and like, because it said like shoes and clothes for like people who do XYZ activities, including cycling, and I was like, oh man, if that works out, I could totally integrate that, like, and be like, yeah, they sent me this stuff, and it, like, I really liked it, and I've been biking. And
you know what you need to do?
I'm like, I can't do athletic stuff, but now that I'm actually doing something athletic, like I could actually have someone say something.
You need to make a video about Yowamushi pedal, and mid-video, you're like, I love this manga so much, I wanted to take it to the extreme, and then you do a montage of you putting on the sportswear and going on the bike and doing the rides and all that stuff, and then you line up a shot where you skid across the floor or something, and then you look at the camera and be like, this is brought to you by blah 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 blah, and now back to the review or something like that. I don't know.
In reality, it's like Riley's trying to cycle. He tries to do like a low wheelie. He just goes, yep.
That would be perfect product integration and like an advertisement in the middle of a video. It'd be something that completely would make sense. And it would also force me to buy the rest of Yowamushi Pedal because I still only have the first 6 volumes. So it would just make sense for me to do that. And it wasn't real. It was a scam. So, but maybe someone watching this will be like, hey, I'm going to
I got an idea. Let's
like some writing shorts because I need writing shorts. I'm going to say that right now.
The ones with the butt pads.
Yeah, the other side's getting a little.
Here we have Fire Force Volume 24 right there, and I know a lot of people are excited for this one, which had Atelier Volume 8, Eisner winner, I should say. That's awesome. And here's another high-profile release for everybody that's collecting Attack on Titan in the Colossal editions. We are getting Volume 6, which was postponed, right? Because this was originally scheduled for August, or I don't know.
I don't remember, but this is the penultimate of these releases. The 7th one is the last one. And I've still only read the first like 10 volumes of material, so the first 2 Colossals. Yeah. The Titan that they use on the front of the 7th is very funny looking in comparison like to the ones that highlight the front of each of the other Colossal editions.
Which one did they use for the 7th?
I don't know. Like I think he has a big nose.
Oh, it's the Cart Titan.
Yes, that's it.
The cart one. Okay.
Like I feel like the last volume you should have something rather epic on the front, and that Titan did not fit the bill of what I was expecting.
An epic Titan might be considered kind of like spoilery to what it goes on towards the end, so that could be a reason why maybe. But the Cart Titan is always my least favorite of them all.
It looks terrible.
Yeah. I'd rather they just have used the like one of the typical like running Titans on the
front. Like a horde of running Titans. That'd be cool.
Yeah, like all of them together, or like I don't know. Like I said, I've only read like the first 10 volumes, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot better choices because all the other covers, it's like really cool looking, like every Titan in like a cool position, and then the last one is just like a big nose Titan.
Let's see what else we got.
Oh yeah, that's him. I just looked it up. The cart doesn't really have a big nose. It's more like big upper lip.
Yep. By the way, I talked about this on my channel. Combatants Will Be Dispatched. It's from the same creator as Konosuba. Not as great as Konosuba. And if you want something similar but a lot better, I do recommend checking out either the manga or the anime. The what's the name of it? The Dungeon of Black Company. That's a much better title with a very somewhat similar premise. Anyways, moving on. Days on Fez. NPCs in this village. Sim game must be real. Karate Survivor in Another World. This looks amazing. I don't know what the hell this is about. Let me read the description. Sorry, guys. It says here, when 34-year-old, hey, my age, Nozaki Hitoshi is hit by a truck, he is sent to a fantasy world by a dismissive god and dropped into a harsh wilderness without even the clothing on his back. His only salvation is a newly granted karate skill and his general survival instincts. Luckily, Hitoshi is up for the challenge. He'll weave clothes out of tree bark, test fruit for poison, and crawl through mud to test his kicks and punches against goblins and other creatures. No matter how much he levels up in this world, he still longs to find other humans to share his solitude. An engrossing fantasy that pits karate techniques against sword and sorcery in another world.
Truck-kun strikes again.
Yep.
Beginning.
That son of a bitch.
This is definitely one of the more interesting sounding of the isekai series. Does he have one leg? Can you go down just a little bit?
No, it's just
Oh
Is
no,
it just folded in? Yeah, it's folded
folded
in.
in.
The way that it had like the knee with the
That's how
shading.
big. Yeah, it looks like a huge leg. Jesus
It
Christ.
looked like a nub.
Yeah.
I was like,
He
dang,
killed
that
that
sucks.
dinosaur.
He gets stuck in another world and immediately loses a leg.
That's the title of another isekai. I traveled to another world and I immediately lost my leg.
in a world with no leg.
Yeah.
In a world without my right leg. And then like there's a side story of the leg just hopping around looking for him.
It got the portal cut off.
Yeah.
The leg, and so the leg is like maybe he can like feel it on the other side of the portal and like he's controlling it, trying to like be
Trying to
resurrected,
find his way back.
find their way together and be. But then when he gets the leg, can he just attach it or?
I
You
don't
gotta
know.
read to find out, dude.
Yeah, when's volume 1 coming?
It's November 2023.
Here's another high-profile release that a lot of people are excited about. It is Yotsuba Volume 15, finally coming out.
I always pronounce it as Yatsuband because it has the ampersand.
The ampersand here, yeah.
So I'm like Yatsuband because it's got the
Exclamation
ampersand
point.
and the exclamation.
Yeah.
I know I'm really dumb.
No, that's a
You're
perfectly
creative.
valid statement. Wonder Cat Q-chan colored edition. That's cute. Look at that. Look at that little dude right there. He's friends with the other cat, the fat cat and the fat Michael.
I have a whole
It's a cat gang.
The cat
cat
verse.
gang.
This I highly recommend. This is a really wholesome, nicely done series. BL Metamorphosis. I believe this is the final volume. Let me check real quick.
That's not the metamorphosis I'm acquainted with.
Yeah, final volume. So I do recommend this. I do have a video on it on my channel if you want to check it out. I do recommend it. It's a nice slice of life, wholesome drama. I do like this because it's part of Mushiko Tensei. This is Roxy Gets Serious, Volume 6, the spinoff. Crueler Than Dead. Is this a manhwa? Looks like a manhwa. Or maybe not. I don't know. From Ablaze Manga. What?
Didn't know there was a new imprint.
Oh, it's a manga. It's not a manhwa. When
This is a
Maki,
very manhwa cover though.
right? Yeah. It says here when Maki Akagi wakes up in a lab full of corpses, she learns from a dying soldier that she is the result of a last-ditch experiment to cure humans of a virus, turning them into zombies. Accompanied by a young boy who also miraculously escaped, she will have to try to get to the very center of a devastated Tokyo filled with bloodthirsty monsters. The dome located there contains the last survivors of mankind, and humanity's very survival depends solely on a few drops of this miraculous vaccine. I don't know. Sounds kind of generic.
I'm sure there's like a million other zombie stories that are similar to that.
Yeah, it's been done before.
The Last of Us.
Yeah. Here's another cat manga, Soseki Natsume's I Am a Cat, and F manga. Just F.
What?
This is from Starfish something. It's a new label, right?
Starships are meant to fly.
No, not Starfish. Jesus. Glacier Bay Books. My bad.
Oh, Glacier Bay, yeah.
Yeah, Glacier Bay is pretty new on the scene, and they're super indie, and they license indie manga from Japan, and they're finally getting the physical editions on these websites, so you can finally buy it. This is F manga from Imai Arata. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I got. It's all the stuff coming out. A lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot that I'm fixing to buy. I mean, I already made a pretty big order for this month.
Dude, look at this. Another cat. Sorry. My bad. The Masterful Cat is depressed again. Volume 1. Look at that.
I mean,
There's a lot of
Yeah.
cats.
first of all, how many cat manga are ongoing right now? And I feel like most of them are like those 4-panel strips, right?
Yeah.
I'm not crazy for thinking that, because those are the ones that like I can't really read that for more than like 2 or 3 chapters in a row, and that's why I want to read more Comey. But I feel like with Comey, it's like you get a little story, and then I feel satisfied, and I can walk away from it without feeling like I need to move on to the next chapter, so on and so forth.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah,
I Am a
bet.
Cat is based on an early 20th century political satire novel. What? Is this real? Are you joking, Lethal Protector Venom?
I'm more surprised that Eddie Brock knew that.
Right? Let me I believe you. Let me read the description real quick.
Eddie Brock is the weeb confirmed.
I mean, yeah. That's why they fired him from the Bugle. He was reading too much manga. Oh my gosh. I am a cat. I am a cat.
Okay.
So before we wrap up, while I'm searching for the cat manga, have you guys been reading anything that you want to mention real quick, or like an update on your reading list?
I did read a few things to make the video that I dropped today.
What's the title of the video?
The Takeshi Obata video, where I completely blanked, because it's like it. I want to state right now, like, I put a lot of work into that video. It is the first time that I ever filmed a video over multiple days. It has been so hard for me to like just be able to get the filming out and stuff. And there was so much that like I started filming, messed something up, stopped, did it again, or like I was filming for like 10-15 minutes, just I was like, no, my mood is not there. And it literally took me a week. I was planning on like literally filming, editing, and releasing the video in one day, because I'd already done all of the work leading up to the release of the video. And then I completely fumbled the ball, and I was like, you know what? F it. I need to make this as good as possible. And you can, like, if you watch the video, you'll see like where it changes, because I'm wearing a hoodie over my shirt at the beginning, and then somewhere in the latter part I take off the hoodie, and then at the very end you see me, and like my hair looks different. I have more facial hair. I'm not wearing the hoodie. Like it's and I even state in there, I'm like, I'm sorry, like I filmed this over multiple days.
That's all right. No, don't worry about that stuff.
But I read a lot of manga to prepare for that, because there were a lot of shorter manga by Obata that I had never read before. So I read the 3-volume series School Judgment, which is available on the Shonen Jump app, and it's basically like Phoenix Wright mixed with Case Closed.
Nice.
Because it's like a kid that's like an attorney.
I came across that the other day, and I was like, that seems interesting. Maybe one day I'll give it a shot.
It's okay. It's 18 chapters.
Yeah.
It's not very long. It's very easy read. It has like, it was trying to lead up to a bigger story, but then ended. And I wonder, like, I have this big wonder if the reason that it ended when it did was because Obata was jumping over to Platinum End, because the dates line up. Like Platinum End started in that same year after that series ended.
That makes sense.
So I read that, and then I read I recommend there's one that's a 2-chapter manga called Hajime, and it's by the same writer as the series Rookies and Rokudenashi Blues, neither of which have ever been released in English. And it's about some kids that make up a imaginary friend, basically, to blame all their problems on, or blame all this shit that they do on. Like, one of them breaks a statue, and they're like, it wasn't me, it wasn't him, it was Hajime. Hajime did it. And eventually they meet the real Hajime. Like, this girl comes up, and it's actually her. And they're like, yo, what?
That's like some paranoia agent shit.
There's one called, I think it was RKD EK9, I think was the title. It's a sequence of letters and numbers, and it was a one-shot written by Nisio Isin, and it was about like basically think about the good place. Like you have to earn virtue points to get into heaven, but the humans have realized this and they're like, no one makes enough points to get into heaven anymore. So we created a drug that'll get you to heaven when you die, or it'll kill you and take you to heaven. And they're like, but if you take more than one pill, it'll take you to different levels of heaven. And there's like, 9 or 10 levels or whatever there is. And it's pretty good. It's a short, like 50-page read, kind of a fun idea. And it has a like funny, abrupt ending. What else did I read the first chapters of some of his like 2 or some of his 3-4 volume books, like the what was it called? Arabian Lamp, which is about like a boy whose sister, her soul is stolen by the moon djinn, and so he goes to unleash like a good genie to help get her back, but the genie like really doesn't want anything to do with anything, and he's like, well, no, you got to help me, and he shows her his like soulless sister, and he's like,
Hello.
she's pretty cute, so
Oh god,
I'll go ahead and help you. But then he's like, but you have to let me eat you if I fight the moon djinn. And he's like, fine, that's fine. Just help me. And then there's Cyborg G-Chan G, or Cyborg Grandpa G, which is about an old man, an old farmer who completely replaces his body with like a mechanical body. And it's all the stuff in the body is used for agricultural purposes. His family, like when he reveals it, they go into his house and they're like, Grandpa, and he turns around, he's got like mechanical body, and he's like, I'm built to be the perfect agricultural tool.
I'm built different.
That is so random.
Like, agriculture, this is all for farming?
I'm gonna read RKD as soon as we get off, because that actually sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it's real quick. It just look it up, and I don't know if that was the actual name, but you can find it.
Oh, I just typed in RKD and then Nisio Isin, and then it just popped up.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I recommend it. And then I started reading Platinum End. I read like the first volume, and I've heard some mixed reviews and stuff, but I actually really like the idea behind the series. Like for anyone who's not actually aware, basically it's this dude jumps off of a building to try and kill himself. And before he lands and splats, an angel swoops in and rescues him. And she's like, no. And then so she talks to him and she's like, yeah, I'm going to give you some angel powers for no reason. And she gives him wings and arrows. And the arrows, she's like, these red arrows or whatever, the white arrow, I forget which one. These arrows make people fall in love with you. And when they fall in love with you, you can manipulate them basically to do whatever you want. He's like, oh, for real? And then she's like, yeah, and you're
Gio.
by the way, your aunt and uncle were responsible for your entire family's death. And he's like, the fuck? And then so she's like, yeah, if you don't believe me, go ahead and use the arrow against your aunt. And then he does, and his aunt's like, yeah, we did kill your family for the insurance money. And this is like the first chapter, by the way, so I'm not really spoiling anything. And then so he's like, you're terrible and don't deserve to live. So his aunt's like, okay, and she just like sliced her own throat.
Wonderful.
And dies
like,
in front of him.
That's like a Code Geass type of twist right there.
Yeah.
He's like freaked out and stuff, and the angel's like, it's okay. And they go and like she explains to him like, hey, so I gave you these powers basically because God doesn't want to be God anymore. And so he sent 12 angels to give angel abilities to 12 humans, and like one of you is going to be chosen. And one of the other humans that got angel abilities figured out that like the best way to be chosen to be God is to eliminate the others. So now there's like a human hunting the others, and that's from like the second chapter. So yeah, the setup I enjoy, and it's like it's violent,
wild,
and it has beautiful artwork because it is Takeshi Obata.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's 14 volumes total. The 14th is not out yet, so
I do know there's an anime coming out soon.
Yes, in October.
Yeah,
no, that's cool. I like the artwork on the front cover of the volumes because they have like a nice like hollow on them, right?
Yeah, it's you can't really see it on here, but like
if you guys ever see it like at the store, pick it up and just look at it because it's
yeah,
a nice
presentation. It does not come out too well, but it's like it's shiny. It's got like colored flakes in the It doesn't come out at all.
Yeah, the camera just doesn't help.
Let me highlight this real quick because Lethal Protector said it's not a joke, and I believe him. I was just messing around. Tale of a Cat, Natsume's comic masterpiece. I'm a Cat satirizes the foolishness of upper middle class Japanese society in the early 20th century Tokyo, written with biting wit and sardonic perspective. It follows the whimsical adventures of a rather cynical stray kitten. He finds his way into the home of an English teacher, where his running commentary on the follies and foibles of the people around him has been making readers laugh for more than a century. This is the very first manga edition in English of this classic piece of Japanese literature. The story lends itself well to graphic novel format, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. So, yeah, interesting. I didn't know this was such a famous manga that's coming out. Cool. Mango, have you been reading anything? I know you told me that you had a pretty extensive list of titles.
Yeah, so much that I read a lot of garbage. I'm not afraid to admit I read a lot of garbage.
Thank you for the honesty.
Let me see what happened.
Like a bunch of.
We were talking about. I don't know. Is it Gigant or Gigant? Gigant?
I say Gigant.
Gigant.
Gigantic.
A bunch of etchy stuff.
Yeah, but not everything is etchy, but all of it is trashy in some way, shape, or form.
Gigant is awesome though.
Gigant is the most awesome trashy manga.
If you ignore the boobs, it's fantastic.
The dozens of plot holes from like the beginning, chapter 1.
Yeah,
but it's still fantastic.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Dandadan's been fantastic, and Riley, you should really check it out, especially because now you don't have any excuse because now it's on Shonen Jump now.
Oh, Dandadan. Yeah, I was gonna read, but I also have that stack of books is everything.
No, those books suck. Don't read them. read Dandadan.
Look, it's all your faves are in here. I got that Black Clover and Jujutsu Kaisen.
He showed me one book.
Flip them over. Yeah, there we go.
Everything is here. Everything. The gang's all here. Promised Neverland, Demon Slayer, Dr. Stone, Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen,
Pokemon,
Kate, Orient, Zom 100, Hell's Paradise.
I gotta highlight you because I can't see anything. There we go.
Kamui, number 5, Urusei Yatsura, Pokemon, To Your Eternity, High Score Girl, and Soul Eater. You can see that this past month I have been up to 0 reading because I was trying to read all that other stuff for the video.
Oh, the Obata stuff. Yeah, no, all those books suck. Read Dandadan instead. Trust me. I would never steer you wrong.
Read between the lines, man. Read between the lines.
There's a lot of weird titles. Dandadan, Bobobo.
I love
Jagan.
Gegege no Kitaro. Dead Demons, what else? Durarara. There's a lot of weird titles lately.
This Scanlation group that I follow, and honestly, half the time I read the stuff that they translate because the reader on their website, they obviously only translate things that haven't gotten brought over yet.
Yeah.
That's like, I feel like, another group that I follow, like as soon as Dandadan got made official that it was getting an official translation, they straight up were like, oh yeah, we're dropping it out of respect. Cool. So nice. they do. So most of the groups that I follow do their best to like not cut into the profits of the companies for the author's sake and all that. Yeah. So I do like to read most of the stuff that they pick up just because it's such a great experience reading on their websites. And they started this series called Inu Tokusu, which means like dog and scum, and it's just like absolute just gutter trash of a not even a rom-com, or just like a romantic type of drama.
Well, now I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
what's that about?
It's like a regular. He's like the main character is like your typical like shut-in like office worker loser dude, and then one day he runs into his childhood friend's wife, finds out that she's no longer with him, and he goes, "This is my chance." And then you slowly find out that there's only 7 chapters, so this isn't really a spoiler. You find out that her husband's actually dead and she's actually pregnant, And so then the drama just goes from there. And so discovering this, I was like, okay, I guess I'll keep following it until like it becomes like actual like horrible. But I looked up the author's name, and I read the manga that they did before, and that started off solid, and but I'll never get back those 37 chapters of my life because the ending, like there's so much crap happened in that manga. It was about a dude that moves from a small town to Tokyo, and then he has like an affair. And again, it's just trash that I read while I'm at work, just scrolling through on my phone. And then it had like one of the worst endings in the world.
Very soap opera-ish.
Oh, that's exactly why I get like hooked on them, because
I understand. Yeah,
you know, like.
Yep.
Then there's another one. I'm just scrolling right here. Oh, Tokyo Avengers we talked about. I am loving the anime so much that I actually went back and I read the manga just to see what the differences were. And there's actually not many. So I'm 30 chapters into the manga right now, about 13 episodes into the anime. And then I've been reading like your typical like Sunday
all the standard Shonen Jump stuff.
Yeah.
Tokyo Avengers, that series has a lot of drip. Everybody and their outfits and their hairstyles. I love it. It's so cool.
I was thinking of making a post in the group like that. Like Tokyo Avengers is giving like Tite Kubo a run for his money in terms of drip in an anime and a manga.
Yep. You just got to be careful. Like you go into Tokyo Avengers side of like Twitter, and everyone has like swastikas in their names.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And it's you're like, okay,
because as soon as I looked up what manji means, I was like, oh, okay, that explains why like in the opening they show the Tokyo Manji Gang flag, but it's like whited out. Yeah, and I was like, oh, that makes sense why now. I get it.
Did you like? By the way, this is totally off the rails. Did you like the music for the anime?
Oh, dude, I've been listening to that opening for the past
great score, and the songs and opening and endings, they're great.
I was driving around earlier, running some errands. I listened to the opening like at least 4 to 5 times in the car. It's so good.
I love the first ending. It's so catchy to me. I love that.
It starts off so well, but it's like a nice break after. It's like a nice break because it's not like as hype as the opening. Mm-hmm. And then, especially when something crazy happens in the episode, you get like the nice piano going, and then it goes into the singing. It's fantastic.
Is that it? Is that all you read?
I read a bunch of other stuff, but again, it's like I said, it's just all a bunch of crap that I do to keep myself busy at work.
I'll go by real quick because we're out of time. I read, and I made a video on my channel if you guys want to check it out. First Impressions on number 5 from Matsumoto. Loved it. It's so bizarre and awesome and kooky. I love the art and the story. Really unique. Lived up to my hype for it. I caught up with Gigant, Blood on the Tracks. I'm up to date with that, and I kind of hate the series, to be honest. It just spiraled out of control, and it's not what it used to be. And I'm just reading it to see how the freaking thing ends. I don't care anymore about it. I was so disappointed by it.
Would you say that you still care about Oshimi though, or are you just?
No, I care about Oshimi, and I think he's doing a good job. It's just the actions that the characters are taking in the latest chapters are so dumb. I hate it, and I don't use that word often. But
you should check out his other ongoing Yokai Reales.
I want to read that because that got picked up too.
Oh, it's getting a physical release?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Good to know.
I wouldn't enjoy reading Blood on the Tracks weekly or on release because it's such a quick read.
Oh, it flows by real quick. It's just
like 2-3 minutes.
Wait until you get to like the chapter 80 to like 100. Man, I'm pissed.
Poor
I don't know. What else have I been reading? I'm looking at the Annie list because I don't remember.
That's what I did too.
To Your Eternity, I'm reading that because for some reason I want to make a video on it. Die Dark, I would have kept reading if the freaking book would have arrived in time, but I haven't read anything past volume 1. And all the Shonen Jump stuff, I haven't read a lot actually. I did pick up the Vinland Saga. I've been reading that slowly. And what was the other one? Oh, I got Censor from Junji Ito. Can I highlight that book real quick before we wrap up?
Yeah, I want to
show that book off.
Someone brought it up the other day in the Discord, and I want it to be like photo bait, but I completely forgot. I want to see it though.
Give me a second here. I'll be right back. Riley, can you tell everybody about our wonderful sponsor while I get the freaking book?
So thank you everyone for watching this show. Before we wrap up, thanks to our sponsor InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions and more for up to 50% off. And of course, they do have a lot of the manga that we've talked about in this video will be available throughout the month at discounted prices. $50 or more gets you free shipping within the US. And then what are the other talking points? I don't remember. Every month,
read the ticker down below.
Every month we do give away $50 to one lucky winner, and that should be coming in the next couple days. That we should be doing that because we're approaching the end of August already.
Next Monday will be the gift card giveaway.
Next Monday, so that's going to be a big day. So yeah, InStockTrades.com.
Thank you, thank you, brother.
The official jingle.
I also want to remind everybody, next Monday will be Gabe's final show on the channel. So you might want to tune in for that because that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about animated shows and cartoons and have some fun and talk with everybody and all the chat and all that stuff. So here's the last two books I got in the mail. Asadora Volume 3 from Urasawa. I haven't read it yet because I'm lazy. And here's Censor from Junji Ito.
Oh, that's nice.
This looks cool. However, yeah. I don't like the spine because if I'm not shining a light to it, it kind of like
blends in.
I don't know. It gets confusing because everything. Look at all the lines here.
Is that a dust jacket?
Yeah.
Is it still shiny underneath? Yeah, it's still got the same shine on the spine.
Yeah.
That's lame. It's such a thin book too. Is it like more one shots?
That's a story.
Yeah, that's a story. I don't know if it has like a connected short story with it, but
gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. I am in awe.
I don't know if I'm spoiling anything. If not, whatever. But here it is. More creepiness from Ito.
Ito draws the most beautiful zombies.
And look at this. The dust jacket, if you open it.
Oh, that's dope. I love that.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
that's so cool. Nice.
I don't know what any of this means because I haven't read it yet, but it looks really cool.
That's really
cool. This actually creeps me out.
Yeah,
did she wander in or was she drawn in?
That's disturbing. Hide that. That's PG-13. Oh, I did get this.
Oh, wait. I gotta highlight that. Look at that.
So,
nice.
If you guys have watched One Piece, that's ripped right off of Ace's arm. And I also got Luffy smiling, having like a really big smile on my leg, and I would show you guys, but it'd probably be NSFW.
Save it for OnlyFans.
Yes, exactly.
And show off the tattoo or the Patreon campfire. There you go. That's it. That's all we got. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you so much for supporting your favorite Omnibros here, talking about manga twice a month. Next Sunday, by the way, will be the final Sunday show because that will be moving to Wednesday nights. I will be hosting that, and we're going to talk about video game news and comic book news and movies and like multimedia and answering questions and all that stuff. So I will be joined by other Omnibros, hopefully, rotating cast. I'll work on that. And so, yeah, the new schedule, if you guys don't know, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So, yeah, next week, Gabe's will be retiring, final show for now. And next Thursday will be a regular comic book talk with the guys. So thank you, everybody. Riley, where can people find you on the internet?
The Omnibus Collector on YouTube. Please go watch the Obata video. I said earlier I worked very hard on it. So it goes through his entire bibliography. So everything that's been released, not in English, so you can see about the artwork in those stories that I was talking about earlier. I give looks at all of the books that are released that I do have. I mean, I have all of his stuff that's released so far in English. So definitely check that out. TikTok, the Omnibus Collector. been putting a lot of comic recommendations on there lately, and on the Instagram, it's the Omnibus Collector, and on the Twitter, it's Omni Collector.
Yeah, sexy. Mango, how about you?
You can find me and my buddy making cool, not really cool, kind of like low effort podcasts
Yes,
and video game content.
Cool podcasting.
Cool low effort podcasts and game videos at Mango and the Champ here on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at MangalorianYT, and come react to me trolling Geo every once in a while.
Yay. As for myself, you can find me on A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about a whole bunch of crap. Anime, manga, comics, live streams on the weekends, little video game action, a little bit of everything. Follow me there, A Week in Geekdom. So thank you, everybody. That's it for now. Catch you on the next one, whenever that may be. Bye.